Yep, it's that time. It's time for another hog roast with our favourite sex pig, Jason Blaha. Woo! Let's do this. Okay, so a third video. Although I don't really count the one earlier as a video, the one where I was getting the bike's tyre changed. But I didn't want to make another video. I wasn't planning to make another video anyway. And this is a new video. I know he's got the same t-shirt on and the flag and everything looks exactly the same. And the content is usually exactly the same. But I promise you this is a new video. And it's Jason Blaha's new video. And it's called My Coaching Business and How It Will Improve the Channel Over Time. Right, like I said, I didn't want to make another video. I was planning to make another video, and this came up, and I thought, I've got to make another video because this really has to be covered. I'm going to keep the roasting down low a little bit, but then knowing me, I might ramp it up here and there. I've skipped through this video. I know roughly what he's saying for the first few minutes. And he's really explaining how this online coaching is going to affect his channel for the better. I'm going to play it through and I'm going to decode what he's saying, because Blaha likes to talk in all this sort of, big words, trying to talk in analogies and all this sort of stuff. And it doesn't really work for him because he's not intelligent enough. So I'm gonna decode the gobbledygook, the bullshit that comes out of his mouth. There's reasons he says it. There's things he's covering up for, and I'm just gonna break it all down and decode it. All right, and then you can tell me in the comments afterwards whether you think I'm right, whether I'm wrong, blah blah blah. All right, but I'm gonna decode it. So we're gonna just let it run for a bit, and then we'll stop it, decode it, let it run a bit more. But if anything, this shows how much mine and other people's videos, how they're affecting him, how they've affected his state of mind, how they've affected his outlook, long-term outlook, and how they've affected his channel. Because we've been going pretty hard on the sex pig, haven't we? And it's all his own doing. All the lies that we expose, they're not fantasy. They're something he said. Now, it's all his own doing. And yeah, I'm human. I'm a human being. I'm not a piece of shit like him. I consider myself to be as good as I can be. I always try to be a better person. And I have empathy. And there were parts of this video where I did, for a moment, feel a little bit sorry for him. Because I'm not a complete bastard. I know when people are struggling and having a pain and all that sort of stuff. And I don't want to see people suffer. But then Blaha has made so many people suffer. So many people lost their channels because of him. There's a dead dog somewhere, buried no doubt in a garden or buried in a wood, or I don't know, but Nova isn't around anymore because he neglected it. He treated Moon Cookie like shit. Yeah, right, she was an ex-crackhead sort of stripper. Who knows what she was? But according to, YouTube legend, she was those things. Who knows? But all I know is he's made a lot of people suffer. And for years, he's been mooching and leeching off the back of hard-working people. In real life, online, everywhere. He is a parasite. So, like I say, a little bit of me, for just a brief moment, felt a little bit sorry for him. And now I realise, nah, he's done this all to himself. He deserves everything he gets and more. And let's put the final nails in the coffin. All right. So this is what we're doing here. We're going to watch through this newest video. I mean, this has just been released, and it's all about his nonsense online coaching. And there may be a piece of this puzzle that people don't really see until I tell them about it. Yeah, there's something he's completely missing. There is a point that he is completely missing because he's so stupid and because he's made so many enemies. There is an obvious thing staring him in the face, but he's too stupid and he's fucked his life up so badly that he just can't do it. And I'll tell you that in a minute. But let's watch it, decode it, and yeah, go through this video.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I thought I would chat with you guys a little bit about what's going on with my coaching, what my business model is going to be for it, how it's going, and how it will affect this channel, because a lot of people are curious. So let me go ahead.
No one's curious.
Put on my plus 5 out of Speechcraft, and let's talk about that.
His sock accounts are curious. All right, I'm going to keep... I promise I'm going to try and keep the roasting on like 2 or 3, you know. I'm not going to turn it up to 10. All right, we're just going to try and keep the roasting down low. But he makes it so easy. I was just eating some food as I was sort of reviewing this video, just skipping through it. And I was like, God damn, Blaha, you make this too easy. You are such a fool. Anyway, let's turn the roasting down. Let's listen to what he's saying.
Yes. All right, so you guys notice really quickly all of my slots filled up in something like 1 day. It took just over 24 hours to fill all 5 slots, and even then they would have filled up faster. I just couldn't get the consultations all done. Because it was a case of I opened it up on Saturday morning, and the last consultation I think I did was noon the next day, and I took that client on. And that last client's already paid. He's already got his first couple of weeks of programming. Everything's moving.
So in his last video, he said that he's not doing cookie cutter programs. So either Blaha is amazing and he works so quickly and he gathers so much information that he can custom create a program, which is what he's offering, for each of these online trainers or gym rats or whatever you want to call them, customers. Let's call them customers. So each of his online customers gets their own specific training, specific to their needs, their own personal training program. And he's bashed this out in a couple of hours after the initial consultation. Amazing, absolutely amazing. But then that's Blaha. He is better than anyone else. He is a god amongst men. He is Jason Blaha. There is no equal. He is one man alone.
Forward. So the slots are going to fill it fast, and I know a lot of people wanted consultations. They sent me messages. I probably could have just taken 20 people had I not been willing to be that thorough, but for me this is going to be a long-term business venture. Now some people are going to be like, well, could be temporary. Probably not. Notice I stuck this channel. This channel is 6 years old. This channel is 6 years old. I have over 4,000 videos on it, 74 million views. This has been a long-term business endeavor, but it is a part-time gig. It is a part-time.
It's a part-time. Again, he says it's part-time. It was only a couple of months ago that he was boasting that he has above average income, has a perfect life, makes more than any of you guys or me, and he lives a very comfortable middle-class life from his YouTube channel because he is a full-time YouTuber. And now all of a sudden, part-time.
gig. And like anyone else who's running a business, even if the business is something you do a lot for fun, it's something you enjoy, something you're passionate about, doesn't mean you don't expand businesses. And for me, it's a case of running two different strength and fitness related businesses, each in their own unique way, completely different, that feed into each other. And so what do I mean by that? Well,
what he means is his channel's doing shit. His channel's not doing very well. All the videos that have been released lately are tearing shreds. They're shredding him. They're revealing him for the absolute joke that he is. That's what he's saying here. He's being shredded publicly. I know I can be a vicious little fucker with my words, and I take great pride in shredding this fucker and revealing him for the fraud, the liar, the fake that he is. And now, yeah, he's a fake YouTube coach.
If you look at it this way, if I'm coaching a whole group of people, let's say I'm coaching a significant number of people, 10 people, 12 people, whatever, for an extended period of time, a year straight, with real-time updates, observing their different training responses, people from different demographic backgrounds, different body structures, different levels of advancement, because all 5 of my current people, I very specifically, out of what I saw available, kind of took people who are in different demographics, right? I have actually a pretty wide span of age ranges and current experience levels in training, meaning I've got a couple of really, really late novices by my standards. Some people classify them as intermediates. Late novices. I've got at least one clearly advanced person. Another person.
When he says advanced, I think he means like advanced Alzheimer's or something like that. I mean, he must have just... I'd hate to think what his students look like. I mean, they must be must be like Fraggle Rock or something, all these loonies, all these nutters, because you'd have to be a nutter to go to this clown for any sort of advice. This bloke that lives a car crash of a life, can't hold down a job, can't do anything, never had a job to hold down, can't keep a woman. Can't keep a woman satisfied, can't even have a YouTube channel working properly without lying and full of shit. Yeah, I mean, imagine the freaks that go to him and think that's a good idea. Anyway, let's try and keep the roasting down.
Who is probably going to be what we would classify as an advanced lifter, I bet, in less than 6 months of training. So it's stuff like that. I've got 2 people who are competitive athletes, one person who's a former athlete, 2 people who've never competed in anything. So again, a variety of people to work with. And over time, by doing something like this, it's going to give me a lot of valuable tools and information gathering that can carry over to the channel itself. So the channel itself over time will improve from this, even if it comes to a point where I'm making less total videos per week. Then my video output's insane. Even my Google rep. I have a rep that I meet with every couple of weeks in a video call from Google that YouTube assigned to me. And even...
Right. Why does he do this? Why can't he just be normal and honest and tell the truth? Why does he have to try and play the part of a big shot? Google assigned me a rep. Like he's some super player, some super YouTuber with 1 million subscribers making millions of pounds in ad revenue. Google assigned me a rep. And she has told him that he's reached a point where he can't make any more money no matter how many videos he does. Yeah? That's apparently what she told him. This is his rep that he talks of. Yeah? This is his rep. This is the YouTube creators channel. Yeah? These are the YouTube creators. If it comes up, YouTube creators. Understanding your YouTube performance. Quick tips from Jenny Lorenzo. Intro to making money. How to start and grow your YouTube channel. The algorithms change. YouTube algorithm changes are crushing great. This is where he gets his information from. And then it has to go through the Blaha shit filter, doesn't it? Get coated in Blaha bullshit. And all of a sudden it goes from watching these crappy videos about how to grow your channel to Google assigning him a rep that he has conference calls with twice a month. It's just nonsense. Why can't he just be honest? He doesn't have a Google rep. He doesn't have a face-to-face sort of Skype chats with Google executives telling him that he's reached, a maximum threshold where he can't sort of produce any more money from his videos. All they've told him, and we'll watch him and listen to him in a minute, he'll say exactly this, is he's saturated his channel. Because he's bombarded his channel with 4 or 5 videos a day for years, trying to get every penny he can out of the channel, that he can't do anymore. It's physically impossible for him to do any more. Because people aren't interested in this shit that he's churning out. All the crap that he churns out is just recycled. It's the same crap. Even this one, you can't tell this one from the last one. They are boring. The content is boring. He only gets slightly more views when he clickbaits the title with a successful YouTuber's name. But no, a Google executive sat down with me in a Skype session and advised me that I shouldn't really be producing so many videos, so I'm going to start going into online coaching. No one wants to see this. Some idiot in a crappy Captain America t-shirt and a stinking piss-stained hat, disgracing an American flag, talking rubbish about other people. No one wants to see that. No one wants to see a fat, half-shaven sex pig doing weird things in a dimly lit room. No one wants to see that either. Well, there's a few people, but, that's a different story. They're a bit strange, not normal people. They don't want to see that. And then that feeds into his gay for pay sort of webcam business. But no one wants to see that. No one normal wants to see some old bloke dancing about in his hot pants with chains. No one wants to see that. Anyway, I can't help but roast him. Turn it back down. Let's listen to what he says, decipher it, because there's some interesting things, and we've got to do this. We've got to let it go, and we'll comment. Let's do this.
She has said, I'm probably at a threshold of where it's not even beneficial to me to make quite as many videos as I make, that it's probably not profitable, it's not going to help my views, meaning the number of videos that I kick out brings my views per video down lower. And that
So his desperation for doing 5 videos a day to try and scratch every penny he can from the ad revenue is actually destroying his channel, along with my videos and everyone else's videos that's on his case. But Natty Lifter, Shadow Man, Foxaham TV, Fight Time, The Bear, we're all there. We're all drawing blood, and it's beautiful. But he's destroying his own channel as well with his greed and laziness. For his greed and laziness. So lazy he doesn't want to change the way his channel looks. Doesn't want to do anything. Just wants to sit on his ass in front of a flag and bring shame upon the American flag. Disgrace it. And he just wants to churn out crap, bitching about other YouTubers that are doing much better than him. That's all he wants to do. And he's destroyed his own channel, along with us helping. Blaha!
My subscriber count would probably go up faster, and I wouldn't see really a significant loss, if any loss, in my monthly views if I even reduced my video output. So it's kind of like it's at a point to where the workload on this channel is oversaturated at a certain point. It's oversaturated in terms of just the content that I put out. So starting another business like this gives me an ability to, again, work with stuff that's training related, but use my channel to feed it. And that's been some of the I already see some people criticizing with whatever of, well, or you're charging too much, which is silly. Every single person with that upfront fee was happy to pay that. Two said that they would have gladly paid more. I've had other people who've already commented to me, said, hey, I mean, I know your slots are full, but if I pay you a little more, will you take me on? And no, I'm not interested in doing that right now, because here's what I'm doing with it. I'm taking people on at a reduced rate to start, who I'll leave locked in if they stay on as clients, because it's learning to organize all these multiple clients at a time and rotating them in blocks. I've only started coaching 3 of them after the consultations immediately, and the other 2 will start in a week. So in other words, I'm not going to ever put more than 2 or 3 new people into a rotation at any given time, because I'm offering a customized coaching service. This isn't me just kicking people oh, here's an email template. No, this is real-time updates. I'm in communication with these people. They're going to get at least one short bit of information from me every day through, again, some sort of messenger system, so that we can stay in touch, know how their training's going. They're getting video calls, and the consultations, most of them were averaging an hour long to get a feel for that person. So those consultations that were taken, I think the shortest consultation to anyone who sent me an actual consultation fee, the shortest one was about 35 minutes. All right, 2 of them ran over an hour. So it was getting in front of the camera with these people, getting to know them, getting to know their goals, deciding if people are a decent fit. And
I mean, I let that run there for a bit because, I wanted you to hear what he's offering. And it's just terrible. And I'll tell you why it's terrible. What he's offering, and this is the piece that I think people will miss, and this is the piece that I picked up on straight away. What he's offering is personal training while he sits on his fat, lazy ass at home. That is what he's offering. He's offering a personal training service while he sits on his fat ass at home, watching a video or a webcam. That is what he's offering. The laziest form of personal training. I mean, only Blaha could do that. I have a friend. Yep, I have a friend. And I'm not going to say his name, but he's done I think it's the IBF or something like that. He's done a couple of sort of bodybuilding shows, sort of just regional and national. He knows about training. He's been training a long time. He's about 40. His body's good. He's very tall and big. He's a big old fella. Used to be a doorman. And he knows how to strip fat off himself. He knows what drugs to use. He doesn't use loads of drugs. He just uses bits of test and bits of this and that. And he is a personal trainer. And he goes to people's houses, or he takes them to the park. He writes them a custom program, works with them, sort of, achieves their goals with them, helps the client achieve the goals. And he's there by their side, a couple of times a week. And he charges for that. Yeah, of course. It's his job. He's a personal trainer. And he hasn't won any titles, but, he's placed 3rd and 2nd and all that sort of stuff here and there. He's in good shape. Genetically, maybe he's not going to win the Mr. Olympia, because that's very rare. But he knows what he's doing. He has qualifications in personal training and all that stuff. He knows what he's doing, and he provides a service, and it's personal training. And he has results. He gets results. His clients like him. He's a very nice fella. Now that is what Jason Blaha should be doing. Yeah? He should be going to people's houses. He lives in Texas. He's a YouTube celebrity. He's got 110,000 subscribers, apparently. Honestly, they're not all bought. Yeah? I'm sure out of those 110,000 subscribers, a few of them live locally. Texas is a big place. So maybe he could get a little car and he could go and actually train these people properly. Instead, he wants to sit on his arse at home and do personal training via a webcam. I mean, you can't even make that up. He wants to be a personal trainer that sits on his arse at home and does it over Skype. And he wants the person that he's charging to film all their workouts so he can sit at home and go, oh, no, you're doing that wrong. You're doing that wrong. Go and do it again. Film it again. Film it again so I can watch it. Oh, no, you're still doing it wrong. Go and do it again and film it again and send it to me. Oh, it's still not quite right. What you want to be doing is holding it slightly angled. You know, this is the ridiculousness of the world's most laziest personal trainer. Jason Blaha is the internet, YouTube, the world's most lazy personal trainer ever. He should be with these people. I'm sure he can get 5 people that live in Texas near him that he can train and charge this money for. But because he's fucked up his life so badly, he's made so many enemies, he's offended 1 billion Muslims, and they've got a fatwa out on him. He can't leave his house. He is under house arrest. He can't leave his house because he'd be beaten up or killed. This is what an absolute car crash his life is. It's just ridiculous. I can't stop smiling and laughing. It is so ridiculous. So rather than being a personal trainer, which is what he's offering, he wants to do it online via webcam because he's so scared to leave his house. All I can say is only Blaha. Only Blaha could fuck up his life so badly that he can't even do a bit of personal training. A YouTube celebrity with 110,000 subs. Can't get a couple of his subs that are living local to pay him. You know, we know this is bullshit. We really do. It's nonsense. This is going to last a couple of months. He'll deny all knowledge of it. Ban anyone that sort of speaks of it in his comment section. And just pretend it never happened. And call you a troll and then say, I was just lying, guys. I was trolling you. And you all fell for it like the fools you are. We know it's nonsense. He'll be back churning out 6 videos again a day. Going back to his crappy bullshit of clickbaiting. The headlines, the titles, all this sort of stuff. We know it's going to happen. This is going nowhere. We know this. So let's just sit back, relax, put your feet up, and enjoy Blaha completely imploding. All I'm going to say is It's going to be majestic. It's going to be wonderful to watch. So that's my video. It's the last one I'm doing today. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell a family. But most importantly, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think of this madness, because it really is. You can't make this stuff up. So tell me what you think, because I do enjoy and love reading those comments. And until next time, I'm out of here.